Do you have an event coming up that you need to make a flyer for? Well, today is the day to learn how using Adobe Spark in this digital den mini class. Let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 4 of our How to Make a Flyer series in this Digital Den mini class where we talk about 5 different programs and rank them against each other to see which is the best at making a flyer. Today we are going to be talking about the brand newly updated, adjusted, whatever you want to call it, Adobe Creative Cloud Express. So originally this program was called Adobe Spark, and it's pretty much the exact same program, but they've rebranded a little bit here to match a little bit more closely with the rest of their Adobe products. But it's the same program, and if you've used it before, it's pretty much the same. But if you haven't used it before, then this video is for you, as we're going to be talking about how to make a flyer using this free program. So first, I do want to mention that it is free. And so if you look, they do have a completely free option for us, and there's a lot that is available completely for free. But if you want to be able to use everything that they have a premium subscription that is available where you can pay $10 a month. Or if you pay annually, then it's like $20 cheaper or whatever. But you do get more. You get a lot of extra stuff on there that you wouldn't normally get. But since it is free, that's going to be the version that we're going to be using here today. And so everything that I'm going to talk about is all specifically the free version. And if you just really love it and you want to dive deeper into it and make graphics for everything using this program, then I highly suggest the premium version. So looking at the homepage here, as you can see, they have lots of templates to just get you started on a project. Well, template isn't the right word. It's basically just the sizing for the project that you want. So if you want to do something for your Instagram story, a regular Instagram post or a Facebook post, it's going to go ahead and size your entire project to fit within the confines of that typical standard sizing, right? Poster is going to be a really large printed option. Logos are going to be fairly small. And then, of course, your flyer option is going to be what we want here. So we're going to click on this ultimately to get started from scratch creating our flyer. If you have any projects that you have been working on, you'll see them down here in the bottom center, or you could click on this projects section and all of the different projects that you have been working on recently will appear here, all of yours and all the ones that you actually have had shared with you, because that's one of the nice other things with Adobe Creative Cloud Express is that if you know someone else that also has it, they can share their projects with you. Back to the homepage here, we're going to go ahead and click on flyer. So we have got that nice standard letter size flyer on the project page here for us. And then it has opened up a bunch of templates that are available to us. If we click on this little icon right here, it's going to extend all of the flyer templates to the full page here. So we can take a look at that and we can make some suggestions. If we wanted, we could select only advertisements, events, school, or sales options there. So if you're like having like a fish fry and you wanted to have only sales related things or only event related things, you could select those. You can select by color on there. You can select by only premium available. And there are some options that actually have animated things on there. But of course, those are for digital and not for printed flyers like we were making today. So if I want to search for something here, I can type in Valentine's Day, but we're not going to get a lot of Valentine's Day options here. I will say the search function leaves a bit to be desired here. As you'll see, we just have some like random holiday things here. We've got Sports Day, we've got World Ocean Day, which I find incredibly surprising that they have some holidays that that don't really get a lot of attention on here, but Valentine's Day, no way, we don't have any of those. I do find that a little strange, but let's just hit the X on the Valentine's Day here, and let's just go ahead and scroll through all of our options that we have available, and let's just try to find something that's gonna work well for us. So we want a flyer that's gonna have enough text to be able to get the point across, but we don't want a ton of text on there. And we want some pictures to be able to sell that this is going to be a Valentine's Day party and B a puppy party, right? Because it's bring your own buddy, bring your own beagle, bring your own whatever dog kind of party. So scrolling through here, I mean, we see just a lot of different awesome looking flyers here. And if we were teaching a self-defense and martial arts class, that's going to be perfect for us. But we also have to look out for the icon that is here that has the crown on it, because the last thing that we want to do is click on something that's got the crown and then make our whole flyer and then realize that it is going to be premium and then go, oh man, now I got to start over. So just keep an eye on that before we select something that we can't even really use. All right, so I have found a flyer that I think that I can edit to be able to repurpose for our purposes for our flyer here for the Valentine's Day event. Okay, so it is a pause walking service. It's got an image of some dogs here, as well as some little tiny puppy paws up here, as well as some good placements for text. So I think I can repurpose this to be able to make that Valentine's Day flyer that we want. So first things first, if I just click on the general flyer, as you see, well, you might be able to see this here in the upper right-hand corner, or I'm not sure if my picture is in the way. But if you click on that in the upper right-hand corner, you can choose the color to whatever it is that you want for it to be. And since this is a Valentine's Day event, let's go for something more red. So let's do kind of like a vibrant red. There we go. So we're going to change that. And then we're going to change this bottom one too to be another red for us there. So there we go. So we've got the coloring appropriate for us. Now let's go ahead and adjust our text. So this is going to say Valentine's Day party. And it looks like the text pushes over into the dog paws a little bit. I need to add an exclamation point there. Perfect. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and center the text because I like for things to be nice and centered. And then I'm going to click on the puppy paw here, and I'm going to move that over a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to change the color of the text. All I have to do is click on where it says Valentine's Day party. I'm going to click on the text color. And then let's do some, I mean, white is probably going to be pretty nice for us, right? Maybe a pink. Let's see if we can get a good pink going. Oh, let's adjust that there. There we go, right? That looks nice. Let's see. I think actually a little lighter will be nicer. There we go. Pretty light pink there. Let's go ahead and adjust the color of the paws as well. Maybe like a purple. Yeah, why not? I don't know if purple is really Valentine's Day-ish, but you know, purple, pink, red, it's the color of love, guys, right? Let's actually do white. Let's do one white, one purple. There we go. That's good. To show that maybe there's two different dogs, right? All right, so we've got our appropriate title here, but I think that this picture is sending the wrong message because it's got like a dog walker going on here. So if I hit replace, if I click on the image and then hit replace, you'll see that it'll automatically pop up over here with a search function that is going to search for the exact same category of image that was already there previously. So it's going to search for dog walker, right? Well, I don't want a dog walker. I want a just regular old dog, right? So I can research for whatever it is that I'm looking for, and you can see a lot of different images that are available here. The one thing is, you know, of course, a lot of these images are available only to the premium availability there, but there are still some that are free. So we can click on that one, for example, and that'll replace it with an image of a dog that is free. Or if I click the X on the search function right here, not up here, down where the search bar is, you'll see the upload option is available. So I can click on that and then I can pull in my own picture. And if that works a little better for us, then we can do that. So sometimes it does this. It will like upload the image on and not like replace it with the image that was available there. And so what we can do is we can redo that. So I can reselect this image. I can hit replace. And then when I upload the image, it should replace it. Yes, there we go. So just a little bit of a finicky thing there, but not too terrible to understand. So one of the things that we can do is we can adjust the size and orientation of this image here. So if I want it to be zoomed in, I can do it like that. If I want it to be turned, I can use this function over here on the right as well. I can turn it. I want it to be at 0. Yeah, let's do that. And if I want it to flip horizontally, I can do that. And then flip vertically, I can do that. So there you go. So a lot of different options there. We can add some filters to the image as well if we would like to be able to do some basic, Instagram style kind of filters on this image. We can certainly do that. I like the way that the image was itself without any filters, but we can do some enhancements. We can manually adjust the contrast, the brightness, the saturation, and all that stuff. So feel free to play around with those if you'd like. And the same thing with blur. If we want to blur out the image a little bit here, which there could be a number of reasons why you would want to do that, that's available to you as well. So lots of different editing functions there. All right, and now we just need to, I don't know how I feel about this line. Do I want to keep it or do I want to get rid of it? Why not? We'll keep it, sure. So let's go ahead and adjust the text so that we have all the rest of the details on here. We need to make sure that everybody knows that it is on February 14th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And as we can see here, it looks like we've got two text boxes on top of each other. So we can just move one. And then that'll get us to the spacing that's a little bit better. If we would like to adjust the size of the text, a couple of different ways you can do that. You can either adjust it by grabbing onto this circle here in the top corner. So if I move this and then I adjust the size of it, it's going to lock the orientation or the sizing of it and adjust that. Or I can adjust it manually over here on the right-hand side as well. There's a drop down and I can adjust the sizing that way. I'm going to leave it where it is though. I do want to change the color since we have adjusted a lot of our colors previously. Let's go ahead and make it that same pink that we had made before. And the cool thing is once you start adjusting colors, it's going to give you some suggested options here that are closer to what you've been working on. So that's kind of neat. I don't think I'm going to need this text box, so I'm just going to delete it altogether. And this will make white. I'm actually going to delete this line. We don't really need that. All right. So there we go. I'm going to bring that up there. So we have got that. We need to let everybody know that this is going to be at our KHCPL, another fake branch, because this is a fake party, remember, our Neptune branch. Okay, and then let's go ahead and adjust the size of that as well. So it's a little bit more visible there. There we go. We'll do that. I love how it lines up the centering. So if you're somebody like me that really likes to have things nice and centered, having the dotted line there that kind of guides you a little bit is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and adjust the text color there. Let's go ahead and make that, we'll make that white. Okay. And then the last thing that we need to do is we need to add another text box to let everybody know that this is a BYOB, a bring your own buddy, bring your own puppy party. B as in buddy, like your dog, right? So let's go ahead and click on the text option over here on the left-hand side and see which ones we can drag in over here. There's lots of different like fun text options. Let's go ahead and grab this one and drag that over. So we can, we'll just edit that. And it's going to say, bring your own buddy, exclamation point. And we're just going to adjust the sizing of that. There we go. And so that we can keep the joke going, we need to make sure that it says BYOB in the bottom right-hand corner. And that's the last thing that we need to add on here. But let's go ahead and add a different text option. All righty. We'll grab this one. It says Student of the Week. And there we go. We will adjust the text there so that it says BYOB. All right. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and adjust a little bit here. So we're going to move the Neptune branch up a little bit. We're going to move the bring your own buddy over here up a little bit, and maybe a little bit more to the left. And bring this up so that it's, there we go. All right, so we have finished our flyer here for Adobe Creative Cloud Express. Let's go ahead and jump over to the scoring space to see how it stacks up against all of our other programs. All right, so we have finished making our flyer for Adobe Creative Cloud Express, but how does it rank against Microsoft Word, our current frontrunner in our flyer making series? Let's start things off with difficulty. Overall, it's pretty easy to be able to put together your flyers here with Adobe Creative Cloud Express. I'm just going to start calling it Adobe because that is a mouthful. But the biggest issue is the search function to be able to find a template that's going to be working for you. There are a lot of templates available, and it can be a little bit overwhelming to look through everything. And since the search function isn't great, it can take a little while to be able to find that. And overall, since it's a template-based program, I'm going to knock that a couple of points. So I'm going to start off our difficulty with a 6 out of 10 for Adobe Creative Cloud Express, giving Microsoft Word the early edge in this competition. Up next, let's go ahead and talk about time spent. Outside of finding the perfect flyer or template for you, it doesn't really take that long to be able to put things together. You can move things around, you can resize your text, and the resizing tool on Adobe is way better than anything that is in Microsoft Word. Being able to type in whatever I want and it resizes it to fit the size of the text box is amazing. Whereas Microsoft Word, of course, if you type too much, then it totally messes up the formatting of the entire flyer, and so you have to be very hyper specific on there, which sometimes can cause the time spent to be a little bit longer for Microsoft. So we're going to give some points up ahead for Adobe. That's going to be an 8 out of 10 for time spent. On to the final category, and both teams are tied up here, Microsoft versus Adobe. Which one has the better looking flyer overall? Although you can make a great looking flyer with Microsoft Word, I don't think that it's even physically possible to make a better looking flyer at the end of the day than Adobe. That's going to be our first 10 out of 10 in terms of looks for our flyers. Absolutely gorgeous content that you can make using the Adobe Creative Cloud Express, and I highly recommend it if you want the best possible looking flyer. Couple more notes for Adobe. It is a free service, so you can use it anywhere, but you've got to get the subscription if you want to be able to use everything, and that does cost. Microsoft Word, of course, is a free option here at the library, but if you want to be able to use it at home, then it does cost once again. So it's something to consider whenever you're planning on putting your flyer together, that the cost is out there, but there are free options available to you as well. So that's Adobe, our first 10 out of 10, and pulling ahead in our competition for how to make a flyer. But Canva is our final program that we're going to be talking about in this series. Will it bring home the gold and be the best looking flyer making program out there, or will Adobe reign supreme? Find out in the next episode of Digital Den Mini Class. Thanks for watching.